This piece of news is potentially huge for Mason Greenwood and his fans. As you guys might know, there have been lots of rumors regarding the player joining Italian clubs lately that has made his fans upset. However, the latest reports can really change Greenwood's pathway, and it might lead to him staying at Manchester United. The latest reports are suggesting that Manchester United will only allow Mason Greenwood to play for the club again if the women's team and commercial partners are in agreement. As you guys know, after the charges were dropped against him, the club decided to hold an internal investigation on the player, and once the internal investigation is complete, United also plan to speak to the women's team and commercial partners to gauge opinion on Greenwood, according to the Mirror. They want to ensure all parties are in agreement, although any final decision on the forward could ultimately come down to the Glazer family and Chief Executive Richard Arnold. Members of United's women's team have previously been thought to be deeply uncomfortable with the prospect of Greenwood returning to the club in the future. Meanwhile, the club have previously been warned that Greenwood's return could be a public relations nightmare for their commercial partners. Manager Erik ten Hag has been reluctant to discuss Greenwood this season and has made it clear that the forward's return is not his decision. In a recent interview, ten Hag praised the player for the goals he has scored for the club in the past, but at the same time he emphasized that the final decision is not up to him. Before we move on though, hit that like button if you want Mason Greenwood to stay at Man United. Also consider subscribing to the channel for latest Manchester United news. In addition, when it comes to the exact time of the announcement, according to Team Talk, a decision on whether or not Mason Greenwood has a future at Man United is now expected to be made before a takeover of the club goes through. Now, personally speaking, I seriously don't know how I should feel about this part of the report. The Glazers are already walking on thin ice, and I don't know how Man United fans will feel if the Glazers make a decision that the fans don't like. Also, the Daily Star has also provided an update on the Greenwood process, saying that it will still be the Glazers who will make the final decision on whether he can continue his career at the club. Man United stakeholders are also said to be consulted about Mason Greenwood. CEO Richard Arnold will provide them with some recommendations before the ultimate verdict. Once the investigation is complete, Man United's senior figures will consult the stakeholders, including supporters, commercial partners, and members of Man United Women's Club, for their opinions ahead of the decision. But the process is now expected to conclude before any potential change of ownership at Man United. The two main bidders for Man United as things stand are Sir Jim Ratcliffe, as you guys know, and Qatari billionaire Sheikh Jassim. Now, speaking of the takeover of the club, in case you guys want the latest information regarding Man United takeover, make sure to check out this video. In terms of Greenwood's situation, previous reports have indicated that the former England international accepts he may well have to leave Man United, and if that happens, Italian clubs look more likely as a destination for Mason Greenwood. Clubs such as AC Milan and Juventus have expressed their interest in the player in the past. But time will tell what happens. Until then, share your thoughts with us in regards to Mason Greenwood. Do you think he deserves to stay, or do you think he has to leave Man United? Thank you so much for sticking with me, guys, until the end of this video. If you want to hear more Man United news, here are some suggestions. But until next time, it's been an absolute pleasure serving you guys.